Power of historical Rome. One of the most potent empires in history, historical Rome left a lasting impression on the planet that still speaks to us now. Rising from a little city-state on the Italian Peninsula, Rome developed to rule large areas of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, so building an empire spanning continents and millennia. Rome's dominance came from her sophisticated governmental structures, strong economy, and great cultural impact as much as from its great military victories. Unmatched in their discipline and tactical acumen, the Roman legions helped the empire to keep control over many people and increase its boundaries. While this legal system built the basis for current legal codes, Rome's governance, with its sophisticated systems of checks and balances, laid the foundations for modern democratic ideas. Beyond her military and political might, Rome was a shining example of architectural creativity, technical mastery, and cultural integration, dispersing its language, laws, and customs over its domain. Further confirming Rome's legacy was the Pax Romana, an era of relative peace and stability that led for economic growth and the flowering of arts and sciences. Rome's impact endured even after the fall of the empire, helping to shape Western culture and leaving a legacy that still shapes the contemporary society. 1. Military dominance. Rome's power was most defining in part its unmatched military might. Highly disciplined, well-trained with sophisticated weaponry and tactics, the Roman legions were from the British Isles in the northwest to Egypt in the southeast. Rome's military might let it seize and rule enormous areas. Along with an instrument for invasion, the Roman military preserved stability and order inside the empire. Roads guarded boundaries and enforced the Pax Romana, a time of relative calm across the empire the troops erected. Rome's supremacy of the ancient world was mostly due to its capacity to project military might over great distances. 2. Political system and governance. Especially during the Republic, the Roman political structure was among the most advanced of the ancient societies. The complicated system of checks and balances that defined Roman administration distributed authority across several parts of government, including the Senate, the assemblies, and the consuls. This structure helped Rome to keep stability and stop the consolidation of power under the control of one person. Roman political structure remained a source of strength even after the change to the Roman Empire, as power grew more consolidated under the emperors. Later civilizations copied the bureaucratic efficiency, legal system, and governance techniques of the empire, hence augmenting its impact. 3. Economic power and trade networks. Driven by a sophisticated and vast commerce network linking the Mediterranean world and beyond, Rome possessed great economic strength. With huge estates generating items for both local consumption and export, the Roman economy was centered on agriculture, trade, and slave labor. Roman coins were used as money all across the empire, therefore enabling trade and industry. Roads and ports enabled the effective flow of people, products, and ideas, therefore helping to unify the economy of the empire. Rome's military operations, public projects, and extravagant lifestyles among her elite were sponsored by the riches her economy produced, so reinforcing her supremacy. 4. Romanization's cultural influence. Romanization, a process sometimes referred to as Roman influence, was a deep and long-lasting process. Rome absorbed and combined aspects of the civilizations it subjugated as it grew, so distributing Roman law, language, architecture, and customs over its domains. Roman law established the basis for legal systems in many contemporary nations. Latin became the lingua franca of the empire. Roman architecture also includes the construction of Roman-style cities complete with forums, baths, amphitheaters, and temples. Beyond the fall of Rome, this cultural impact shaped the growth of Western civilization and left a legacy felt now. 5. Engineering and architecture. Rome was well known for its architectural and technical prowess. Many of these still show today. To enable trade and communication across the empire, Roman engineers built a vast system of bridges, aqueducts, and highways. With their towns built around a central forum and with outstanding public buildings, baths, theaters, and arenas, the Romans were also masters of urban architecture. Concrete let the Romans build massive, strong buildings, including the aqueducts, the Colosseum, and the Pantheon. These architectural wonders demonstrated the empire's capacity to use technology for the good of its people, as well as markers of Roman dominance and inventiveness. 6. Legal system and rule of law. Forming the foundation for many contemporary legal codes, Rome's legal system was among its most important gifts to the globe. Over millennia, Roman law evolved using ideas including the presumption of innocence, the right to a fair trial, and the idea of legal precedent as fundamental guiding concepts. Legal systems developed across Europe and abroad under influence from the codification of Roman law, especially under Emperor Justinian in the 6th century AD. A pillar of Roman government, the rule of law guaranteed that even the emperor was bound by the rules of the land. This dedication to legality and justice gave following civilizations a model and served to preserve stability and order inside the empire. 7. Religious authority and Christian expansion. Rome was instrumental in the development of Christianity, which finally became the major religion of the empire and subsequently most of the globe. The Romans first were polytheistic, honoring a pantheon of gods and goddesses. But Christianity was legalized and started to grow inside the empire when Emperor Constantine converted in the early 4th century AD and the Edict of Milan came along. Rising to become a major institution in Roman life, the Christian Church affected the political as well as the spiritual domains. Rome's vast roadways and commerce networks helped Christianity to spread the religion's acceptance by the empire, guaranteed its survival and expansion beyond the collapse of Rome, therefore influencing the religious scene of Europe and beyond. 8. Social structure and citizenship. The Roman social system was hierarchical and clearly distinguished the classes patricians, aristocrats, plebeians, commoners, and slaves. But the idea of Roman citizenship was innovative and turned into a potent instrument for bringing the several peoples of the empire together. Roman citizenship might be granted to people in towns beyond Italy as a prize for loyalty or service, therefore conferring legal rights, protections, and benefits. For its people, this inclusive attitude promoted a feeling of common identity and served to unite the empire. Roman citizenship's social and political advantages promoted allegiance to Rome and helped the empire to be run over large and very varied areas. 9. Pax Romana and stability. From the reign of Augustus 27 BC to Marcus Aurelius 180 AD, the Pax Romana, sometimes known as Roman peace, was a period of comparatively calm and stability over the Roman Empire. The empire barely grew during this period and had less internal strife, which led for infrastructure construction, cultural flowering, and economic growth. The stability the Pax Romana offered helped trade to flourish, towns to expand, and Roman legal and administrative systems to run properly. Laying the groundwork for the long-term prosperity and impact of the empire, this time of peace was vital for the consolidation of Rome's dominance and the integration of its huge areas. 10. Surviving legacy and influence. The great and long legacy of historical Rome shapes many facets of contemporary life. Roman law, government, architecture, language, and culture have permanently changed Western civilization. Along with impacting English and other languages, the Latin language developed into the Romance languages, including Italian, French, and Spanish. Many legal systems today are still based on Roman law, and Roman architectural and engineering methods are still revered and copied. Furthermore, profoundly affecting world history is the advent of Christianity under Roman control. From the Holy Roman Empire to the European Union, the Roman Empire's concept of power and administration has shaped political theory for millennia and still resonates in debates of empire, government, and culture. Conclusion: a pillar of Western society, the legacy of historical Rome shapes the planet in significant and long-lasting manner. Rome's military prowess, skilled government, and architectural inventiveness set benchmarks that shaped many nations. Through the dissemination of language, laws, and practices, its cultural impact transcended its own period and left traces felt throughout millennia. While Roman engineering and architecture still inspire modern design, the values of Roman law and government remain underlying modern legal systems and democratic institutions. Rome's influence continued even after the fall of the empire, guiding the evolution of art, theology, and political philosophy right through the Middle Ages and Renaissance and beyond. Rome's capacity to preserve a large empire and combine many civilizations presents ageless lessons in perseverance, government, and leadership. The strength of historical Rome is not just a tale of the past, but also a fundamental narrative still forming the contemporary society. Let us know in the comments what you think about the power of historical Rome, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.